Good evening. This is Benjamin Abana the Ordinal, and I'm here with another video. And tonight's video is really, stating around the importance of us establishing our nation primarily amongst the diaspora of Yahuda. The diaspora of Yahuda, more so known as, the African Americans, the Africans of Latin American descent, or vice versa, Latin Americans of African descent, as well as the diaspora in the Caribbean, etc. This is an important video, and I'm here thinking of different ways to establish this assembly body, a government body for Yahuda, for the diaspora, so that we'll have our own flag, we'll have our own nation, we'll have our own state. Not in America, of course, perhaps in Africa. That is the best option for us. To return to the land from whence our forefathers came, or were taken into captivity from that land. So I really want to, talk about that. I think it's a very important ordeal. For one, we don't have enough time to waste. We don't have enough time to be distracted by sports, football, basketball, entertainment, what singers going to be singing at the Super Bowl. We don't have time for distractions. Moves are being made against us. Critical moves are being made against us. And we don't have a recourse. We don't have, I don't want to say community, because the black community is gone. Okay? The black church, and no disrespect to old Negro, have failed us. They have failed us. They are the reason why we are not established. The black church and the old Negro are the reason why we are not established. And I don't mean any disrespect to our elders, but, they failed us. They failed us. Martin Luther King's dream has become all of our nightmare. And I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just very, very, very frustrated. And I see the need now more than ever to establish our own government body, for the nation state of Yahuda. The nation state of Yahuda needs to be established. I cannot express that, more diligently. The nation state of Yahuda must be established. Now, we can sit here and we can say, oh, well, we're too scattered, we may be in different states, how are we going to pull this together? What budget do we have? We must fund ourselves. We must pool our finances together. It's about time we stop making excuses. It's about time we stop talking about, well, this obstacle here, this obstacle here. Yes, everything has obstacles. But I want to hear solutions, because we just can't keep going on and on and on. We just can't keep going on like this. Something has got to give. We have got to establish ourselves. The motto for Yahuda is do for self, do for thyself. Either one is do for self by all means necessary. Are we looking at overthrowing American government? Absolutely not. We are not one of these anti-law renegade. We don't want to follow the law, all that nonsense. No, we're all law-abiding citizens. We're law-abiding citizens. We reverence and respect the laws that we are under. However, it is time for us to establish our own system. When we came into the system, as captives. When they wrote the Constitution, it did not have us in mind. When they wrote the Bill of Rights, it did not have us in mind. We weren't even considered human. That flag, the red, white, and blue, stars and stripes, it is not our flag. We were not in mind when they created that flag. All men are created equal. We weren't considered men when they wrote that. So it's about time we have our own flag, our own system. Well, Ordinal, how are we going to do that? I don't trust nobody. Whatever well, you know what? Everything comes with a risk. Everything comes with a risk. But if we just keep talking about, I don't trust him, and how do I know? We don't know. We don't know. All I know is something needs to be done. We are in a system right now that is too far gone. Perversion is rampant. Rights are rampant. The loss of rights are rampant. When are we going to do something, Diaspora? When are we going to do something? Am I saying overthrow the government? No. We don't want to overthrow the American government. We don't want to do anything against the American government. We want to leave. We want to establish our own somewhere far, 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 far away. That's what we want. You can have all this. So with that said, I've been taking some notes, and it's about time we start appointing positions. We start appointing people. We need a prime minister of Yahuda who wants to step up to the plate. I'm looking for a prime minister who wants to be prime minister of the nation, who's bold and courageous enough to lead us. Because this is the thing. We're not where we want to be or where we're supposed to be, is because no one has taken the effort or the steps to establish this. No one has taken this step. Well, every time we try to establish something, the CIA comes in and kill all our men. Look what happened to the Black Panthers. Well, let's do it again. Damn it, let's do it again. Excuse my French. Let's do it again. And let's keep on doing it till we get to where we want to be. To where we're able to provide for our communities. To where we're able to be the men and have control of our homes. We can't even discipline our children. We can't even decide what they learn in school because we've done nothing. I'm tired of it. Somebody has to do something. Something has to be done. I'm doing something about it. Do I want to be the prime minister of Yahuda? No. But I will if I have to. I will be the prime minister, and I will appoint I will appoint a minister of defense. And that minister of defense job is every single day is to brief me on what's going on with the wars around the world, and will that affect us? I'll appoint a minister of education. That minister of education will talk about what's the proper right curriculum for our children. A minister of agriculture, somebody who knows farming, that will brief me on, all right, this is what our people need to know about farming. We need to buy, this kind of land. We need to start playing around this kind of season, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A minister of communications, somebody who's going to help us get a news station and give us the right news without agendas and narratives. I got a whole book of notes. And I'm going to tell you guys what I'm looking for. We need a minister of commerce. This minister of commerce is going to tell us all about, the things that we need to be involved with. How do we move our own commerce? How do we move our own resources? Minister of transportation. How do we get a hold of some trucks so we can start transporting our stuff? We don't have to wait for the government. We can be in control of our own economy. Minister of labor. If somebody's out there looking for a job, we can connect them and get some jobs. Minister of finance. Who's going to be in charge of our finances? When our people start pooling into this thing, this minister of finance is going to say, all right, look, we have this much money. We can allocate this much money to buy this kind of land here. We can buy this many acres of farmland. Our minister of agriculture will get on the job. He'll start helping us farm. All of that stuff. We need all of this, but We need volunteers at this point. We need somebody to step up and say, I will volunteer my time to get this thing off the ground. And that's what it's going to take. And we're going to meet weekly or monthly, but we're going to meet and we're going to take status reports. We're going to have accountability. People, listen, our people have never felt the need to contribute to this because they've never seen at least a skeleton of what our own, government body will look like. There's none out there. And we're not no anarchist group. We're not looking to take over nobody's nothing. We're looking to provide and do for our own people. And when I mean own people, I mean the Yahudim and the stranger that's with us. We may have some Yahudim and strangers amongst us that may be Asian, white, Latino. They're going to be part of us. We ain't going to be doing no racism. If that person is willing to sacrifice the Messiah, then he's with us. There's going to be no room for racism here. But we do have to give preference to our brethren, our Yahudim brethren. We have to give preference to the bloodline. But the stranger will be respected in our midst. The non-Yahudim whose allegiance to the Messiah will be respected within our midst. So that's what I have to say today. That's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for men to stand up and help me establish this nation. Help me to establish this government body. And the only way we'll be able to have a nation state for ourselves is in Africa. Hey, it's what it is. We can't do that here in America because you buy land here, they can take it from you. They will take it from you. We have to get off of this continent and out of this system. And we have to look towards Africa and establish there and build there the land of our fathers. The land of the Israelites. When they left Israel, that's where they settled. That's where they made their home for hundreds of years. And that's where we need to return to. And once we return to Africa, we can shake the continent. We can shake the continent. We can get rid of colonialism. We can get rid of, the people who are taking advantage of the resources and extracting its wealth. As Yahudim, we are the rulers. That's our birthright. It says our brethren will praise us. And a scepter will never depart from the house of David, but we have to start now. We have to start today. We have to get started. Of course, we can come up with a bunch of excuses. Oh, we don't have the budget. How are we going to get everybody? What if somebody's an agent? What if somebody's a spy? All right, what if? But if this is the will of God, then this is what's going to happen. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Nothing anybody can do to stop this. We need to do this for our children. We need to do this for our children's sake. So who's going to volunteer? Who's going to step up? Who's going to be prime minister of the nation of Yahuda? Who's going to be our minister of defense? Who's going to be our minister of economic development? Who's going to be our minister of agriculture? Who's going to be our minister of commerce, our minister of health, our minister of labor, our minister of communication, our minister of education, our minister of finance? And once we establish these positions, then all of us can get together and sit down and talk. Then we can start talking about representatives from different states and different cities. And once we get those representatives involved, then we can talk about, okay, how are we going to fund our homeland in Africa? How are we going to fund it? How are we going to put together resources to fund it? And then once we put together resources to fund it, we buy the land and now we build on top of it. We make homes for our people. Because you know what? If there's a fallout in this nation, we have nowhere to run to. We are stuck. Hear me, Yahuda. Hear me. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is important. I think it is, and so should you. I'm Benjamin Abana de Ordino, and this is today's video. Who's going to step up? Who's going to answer the call? Who's going to answer the call? info@twokingdomsproject.org. I'll be waiting.